What is going on, Niner fans? Mac Jones, QB1. Oh, we got to talk about that. Talk about the Brock Purdy injury, which we talked about early in the morning, but let me talk about a little bit more. We got a lot of information throughout the day. Brock Purdy, unfortunately, will miss 2 to 5 weeks with the turf toe or a form or a variant of turf toe, according to Ian Rappaport. So, unfortunate news for the 49ers. It's kind of tough, but Mac Jones QB1. I want to know what you guys think about Mac Jones as the starter moving forward. They did not get Mike White as their backup quarterback. They kept Adrian Martinez. He's going to be the QB2. Regardless of who the quarterback is, they got to keep him upright, man. I am worried about this offensive line, but Mac Jones, it's the guy Kyle Shanahan wanted many years ago, and now he gets his chance. This is kind of weird. 4 years later, he's on the Niners, and they could have drafted him a few years ago, and he's actually going to start a game. It's crazy, man. Oh man, Julius says didn't make the morning live, but here for the late night. There we go, baby. Do you think we are fried now? Oh, we are beating the Saints. It's 12:38. What are we doing? Yeah, I was busy today, and then I just wanted to hop on live. I went live early. This might have been up since 5:50 a.m. It's 10:39 p.m. right now. It's been a long day. I probably should sleep, get some rest because I got work in the morning, but the grind doesn't stop. Like the hat, appreciate it, man. LVLN shop, they got some pretty cool hats. This one and then the new one is the red one, but this is their last year's hat. I love it. Purdy can borrow my toe. We're about the same size as Andy. You might need to send him the toe, but you're gonna need it. It's hard to do anything with the toe issue. Life of Austin says if CMC gets hurt, we're screwed. I mean, I think Brian Robinson can step in and be well, but I feel like they're gonna give CMC so much responsibility on Sunday. I'm a little worried, man. I'm a little worried about CMC. 31 touches in that first game. What are they going to do on Sunday without him? So it'll be interesting. Mac Jones, he just has to manage it and not do anything stupid and just play mistake-free football. That's really what they need to do if you're the 49ers. They got Ricky Pearsall, who should be ready to rock and be that top target. Tight end's going to be a little interesting. They're going to call up Braden Willis this week. Probably on Saturday when they can do that. So that's going to be something to look forward to for the offense. Now, Jake Tonjes, what's he going to do for an encore? That'll be a storyline to talk about. But, at the end of the day, the Niners, man, they still got some good players. They still got Fred Warner. They still got Nick Bosa, Deommodore Lenoir. So it's not going to be one of those things where nobody's going to, make an impact. We still got a lot of impact players, but not having Kittle is huge, and I think I've talked about that a lot of times, is the fact that he's there would have hurt Brock or it would have hurt Mac Jones, and it's going to hurt whoever's at quarterback. He's a big part of this offense. So not having Kittle to me is the biggest concern. And then the O-line, can they protect Mac Jones? Mac Jones is not as mobile as Brock Purdy, so if he's running for his life, it's going to be interesting. He did have a knee sprain in the preseason. So if you guys remember, couple weeks back, Mac Jones did have a sprained knee, and that was following a preseason game. So that is something that we can't forget. I don't think a lot of people talked about that today. I watched a lot of, people talking about it, a lot of, people mentioning Mac Jones and this and that. Nobody's mentioned that he did have a knee sprain. So, I mean, obviously it's cleared up. He's ready to go. He's QB2. Now he's going to be QB1, but it's definitely something. This O-line has to protect him. So, Debtopia says Jones was kind of inconsistent in preseason. Yeah, but he looked fantastic in the training camp. So I think he'll be okay. He learned the system. He's gotten better. I saw him really progress throughout that time. And then from what Larry Krueger was telling me and other reporters, from the beginning until that point in the training camp, from OTAs and stuff like that, he really made a big improvement. So we'll see. Game situation definitely is different than training camp. Keep in mind Robinson's coming back week 4. Yeah, I do like the fact that Demarcus Robinson's going to be back in a couple weeks. We need him badly. That's going to be a big boost to the offense. Julia says, I trust Mac Jones in the system, but not behind the O-line since he's not that mobile. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Christine says, I think it's a defensive game. If it's a defensive game, then I think that the 49ers have what it takes to pull this off because their defense looked fantastic, and it's only going to get better. They haven't even reached their peak. Let's see. What else do we got to talk about? Defensive game. Yeah. Pulse says our running game's got to get it going and our run defense got to step it up. Yeah, run defense is something that's really got to step up from last year, and I think they did a better job. And Robert Saleh talked about Michael Williams today, how he's going to be a good run stuffer, and it's important to be able to stop the run, and that's really an emphasis he's taken because last year we could not stop the run. It was a point of emphasis, and that is something they got to really take care of because the Saints got a good running back, Alvin Kamara. I mean, he's one of the best. Him and Christian McCaffrey have very similar stats over the years. And those two guys have been two of the best backs, in the last couple of years since they both came into the league. And he's still good. He's still a great running back. So definitely got to be able to contain Alvin Kamara. Sahaj says, any word on Jordan Watkins? He practiced today, limited. So he's practiced 2 days in a row, limited. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Friday's practice. Wyatt says, Bosa brother about to get a combined 20 sacks this week. They might. Hopefully, like 15 of those are from Nick Bosa. That man's on a mission this year. My man Julius says, will we see Mac Jones hit the gritty this Sunday? I 100% think he's going to hit that gritty. I have a bunch of video clips saved. I already know. I'm probably going to post like a hype gritty video maybe tomorrow or Saturday. We'll see. Maybe we'll see how I feel, or maybe on game day. Got to get the gritty in there somehow. I think when he scores a touchdown, he's going to hit that shit, and it's going to be like, oh my God. I got to see Mac Jones hit the gritty in the red and gold. Let's see, week 6. Good evening, 49ers red zone. Any word on Jordan Watkins? We talked about that. He should be back. He's limited in practice, so we'll see. Actually, let's go through the practice report for the day. We guys, Juwan Jennings did some conditioning, and so did Trent Williams. Trent Williams did not necessarily practice. He just did some light conditioning on the side. Ben Barch was limited with his knee and his elbow. And let's see, Nick Bosa, not injury related, resting player. He was a full participant today. Yesterday he rested. Luke Gifford with the knee, full participation. Yetur Gross-Matos with the knee, limited participation. Jordan James with the finger, limited participation. Juwan Jennings with the shoulder did not participate in practice, but he did some side work. Mac Jones, knee, full participation. Christian McCaffrey, calf and resting, full participation. Dominic Pooney with the knee, full participation. Brock Purdy, left shoulder, toe. He did not practice. Jordan Watkins, ankle, limited participation. And Trent Williams, knee, not injury related, resting, did not participate for the second day in a row. They're letting Trent Williams rest up. We'll see how that situation goes. But yeah, no Trent Williams for 2 practice. That's a little concerning if Trent Williams does not practice. And maybe he doesn't need to. If he doesn't play, Mac Jones is really going to be in trouble. It's going to be really going to be in some trouble. We'll see. Julia says, I'm excited to see Eddie P. I think we all are. We're all excited to see the new kicker. How crazy is it that we're excited to see a kicker on the weekend? I can't wait. Christian Martinez says, born up to speed. I'm pretty sure he is. He says that he's leaning on Mac Jones, actually, because Mac Jones knows the system and they're practicing. And him and Mac Jones played together with the Patriots. So he's really excited that Mac Jones is here to help him kind of along the way. So, it makes sense. They got Mac Jones. He's going to be QB this week. And now he's got a familiar target in Kendrick Bourne, and it's helping him get acquainted to the team. That's what he told reporters. So that's pretty cool. Sahaj says, BA's looking good. Can we get him back for week 4 or 5? No. I mean, he's definitely looking good, but he's getting back to speed. Still needs a couple more weeks. Week 6 at the very least. I don't think he comes back before that. I think week 6 is a little early itself, so we'll see. But, Brandon Ayuk definitely looks like he's, making a lot of progress in his ACL recovery. So what would it be like if Eddie P misses the first kick, says Wyatt? Oh, my God. Could you imagine if Eddie Pinheiro misses that first kick? The fans will kill him so bad. They will. Oh, my God. But it's just like in his, locker room presser yesterday. And they asked him, they say, what are your thoughts? And he says, look, if I miss a kick, I'm off. Like, he laughed. He's laughing. He's like, look, if I fucking miss a kick, I'm out. He knows. He's got confidence. He knows what he's here for. He knows what his job is. He understands the assignment. So honestly, I don't think he'll miss his first kick, but if he does, he knows he's going to get cooked for it. So Do you think the Niners win big this weekend? I think they win. I don't know if it's going to be a big win. I think the Saints got a underrated defense. So my man 49ers Media says, I fell to my knees today at Target and Costco, both places. Got to pick yourself up, man. Put some ice on those knees. My man Sahaj says, do you think we are fried now? I don't think we're fried. I think if we could win this game and then maybe split the next two after that, we'll be okay. Maybe Brock will be back by the Rams game, I'm hoping. But we'll see how the toe feels. Turf toe. It's a pesky injury, right? It's chronic. You get inflamed. It's pain. It's all about pain tolerance, because it's a very painful injury. And once you we talked about this morning, when you're planting on it and you're running and you're cutting and you have to do all those football related activities, it puts a lot of stress. So weight bearing is going to hurt. And obviously you got to weight bear when you're running and playing quarterback. So it's going to be about pain tolerance. So I think they could win the Saints game. Arizona, it's not going to be easy. It's a division game. And then you got the Jaguars. I think we could beat the Jaguars. So that's two games you at least win. Maybe you can win the Cardinals, but I'll be okay if we go 2-1 in the stretch. If we get back to the Rams game and he's back, so we'll see. Maybe you go 2-2, but those two losses being divisional games would be massive blows to the team. So I don't think we're deep fried or cooked or whatever, but it just really depends on how long he's out. If it's 2 games, not a big deal. If it's 5 games, it's a little murky, because then after the Rams, it would be Tampa Bay game, and whether he plays on that is to be determined. Tampa Bay, 10 a.m. early game. It's not both. That game scares me. Julia says, is Colby starting at left guard or Barch? Well, Barch was limited in practice. He's back. I think he's going to be healthy enough to play. They just need to pull the Band-Aid off and put Connor Colby in, but it'll happen eventually. BZ says, I actually want to see what Mac Jones can do. I know. I think we're all kind of intrigued by what can Mac Jones do on the offense for the 49ers. I mean, we saw him a little bit in preseason. That was preseason. Now it's a full game. We want to really see what he's made out of. So I'm pretty much anticipating, what Mac is going to bring to the table here. So Christine says, no game is easy. Absolutely true. Christian says, how much are these injuries to blame for the poor O-line protection? I mean, that's definitely a big case for a lot of injuries, especially these quarterback issues. It could be they're taking bumps and beatings that they don't need to get, and then that predisposes them to, weakening the muscles, the soft tissue, and then you take another hit. You keep taking hits. Eventually, you're going to, pull something, tear something. Something's going to happen. I think O-line, not protecting your quarterback definitely is an issue. I mean, I don't think it's the only issue. There's other factors, but for a quarterback, that's tough. That's tough to keep taking those beatings, to keep taking hits, to keep getting sacked, to have to scramble, and then you get hit in the open field, which, sometimes you got to dive, but your instincts don't kick in, or sometimes you got to slide or dive or get out of bounds, but the other defender is just a little quicker and they put a lick on you. And if you would have got protected just maybe one more second or half a second, maybe it would have changed the outcome of a play. So yeah, definitely O-line protection is key. We need it. We've been screaming at it. So Wyatt says, watch Thursday Night Football and the Packers look legit. They look good, man. Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, that defense is nasty, man. I'm not going to lie to you. They definitely are an elite team right now. Commanders are no slouch. They're a good team. They made Jaden Daniels look silly, man. The Terry McLaurin, where did he go? He got paid and he went nowhere. Wow. Brandon Ayuk effect right there. Debo's the only guy really doing anything, man. Shout out to Debo. But Terry McLaurin, man, fucking ghost city. My man Media says, I got the Packers and Bills making the Super Bowl. This man doesn't want to pick the 49ers. Oh, man. It's a tough situation. But yeah, Brock Purdy is going to be out for 2 to 5 weeks. We all know that. And Mac Jones, QB1. I just can't believe he's QB1, man. It's crazy. Debo didn't really do a lot. Yeah, he didn't do a lot, but he was their only good player tonight, pretty much. And then Austin Eckler probably suffered a career-ending injury, Achilles injury. That was brutal. Prayers up to Austin Eckler. That sucks, man. I think Washington's probably bad. They got rid of Brian Robinson now to the Niners, so they probably wish they would have kept him. So 49ers red zone says Niner Ravens. We'll see. Niners just got to, they got me. It's going to be hard to make the playoffs with these injuries. Again, this is a big critical stretch. Hopefully we can get Brock Purdy back, but that's why you get a good backup in case something like this happens, in case of fire, break this glass. And we said it all along this offseason. I said, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were skeptical. But I said, I feel like Mac Jones can win his games if he has to come in for whatever reason. And now he has to come in for whatever reason. And we have to see if I'm right or I'm wrong. So hopefully Mac Jones can put it together and win us some games. Otherwise, we're deep fried. Someone said, are we deep fried? If Mac Jones cannot win games, we are absolutely deep fried. So, but I agree with you, Wyatt. We need to practice. We need to focus one game at a time. Let's see how it goes. But anyways, you guys have a good rest of your night. I just want to hop on, talk a little Mac Jones QB1, share a couple of my thoughts. And it's going to be tough, whoever is back there, because they don't have Kittle. You got to protect Mac Jones at quarterback. And let's just hope that he goes out there and has a game of his life. And we'll see. Go Mac Jones. I'm praying for him. He's locked in. Let's go. I think they can win this game. You guys have a good night.